Hello guys and welcome, Amber the Hammer here. I'm going to show you guys how to make a vanilla protein bar today. It's very simple, it's very easy, and the best part is it's all natural. So we're not putting any preservatives, we're not putting any artificial sweeteners in it. It's just straightforward, easy. It's going to take about 5 minutes to do, so get ready for this. The first ingredient we're going to use are oats. So you can use gluten-free oats. We're going to use 1.5 cups. So this whole protein bar, we're going to make a batch, and it's going to be divided into about 5 or 6 bars at the end. And the best part is less than 200 calories per bar, packed with protein, packed with good fiber, good fat, and carbs. So you guys are going to love this. We're going to use about 10 to 15 almonds. You can also crush these up as well, so it's totally up to you. We're also going to use some cinnamon, my favorite. So it's a natural thermogenic, it's a natural fat burner, also regulates your blood sugar. So I try to put this on just about everything. The next ingredient, we're using flax seeds. We're going to use about a teaspoon of flax seeds, some dried cranberries, love dried cranberries, and about 1/3 cup will do for that. Okay, vanilla extract. Okay, just a bit of that. You guys don't want to put too much. It will make it very strong. It will kill the flavor. Natural almond butter. I like using raw almond butter. It keeps all the flavor in. It keeps all the nutrients in. So if you start getting into roasted almond butter, it kind of kills the nutrients in it. So try to stick to natural. The last 2 ingredients, a banana. The banana is very important. We're going to smash it up. It's going to hold everything together. It's going to bond the protein bars together so we don't have to use sugars and artificial sweeteners. And the last ingredient, whey protein. Vanilla whey protein. No label here, guys. We're not supporting any company with this, but it's just 2 scoops of that, and that's where we're going to get the bulk of the protein from. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to just chop up the banana. We just chop it into about 2 or 3 slices, put it in the bowl. I'm a bit amateur with the knife, but it's okay. Okay guys, so we put that in the bowl, and we'll just mash it up. And this is what's going to bond everything together. So we want to put this in first. Alright, you guys can see that there. The next ingredient I want to put in are my oats. So we're just going to dump it in. 1.5 cups, guys. So oats are great. They're a complex carbohydrate, so that pretty much means that you're going to get a slow release of energy. It's not going to spike your insulin too high. And this is great. This is something great to have before your workout, some in the morning. You know, and I'm not a big fan of protein bars at all. Unless I'm making it myself. You know, I like to think of protein bars as pretty much a chocolate bar. They're pretty much no different. You know, if you read the label, it's the exact same thing. Perfect. So we got all that mixed together. As you can see, that's just banana and oats, all mixed together, nice. It's all bonded together. The next thing we're going to add in is just 1 tablespoon of natural raw almond butter. I'm a big fan of almond butter. You can also use peanut butter as well. It's totally preference. Personally, I like almond butter better. It's a really good source of fats, guys. So don't be afraid of the fats. It's really good if you're eating good fats. You know, McDonald's not good fats, but nuts, peanuts, almonds, cashews, things like that, seeds, those are good sources of fat. This is actually going to help with your heart health. So it's good for your heart, it's good for fat loss, it's good to lubricate your joints when you're getting fish oils in, natural fats, so unsaturated fats, mono and poly unsaturated. If you're looking at labels of foods, you want to stay away from the saturated fats. Those are the bad fats that's going to, you know, increase your cholesterol, that's going to do damage. You're going to gain weight from it. So unsaturated fats in moderation are perfect. Perfect. So now that we got that in, we're going to add in our almonds, just about 10 to 15. I also like to chop them up sometimes, so I'm just showing you one alternative, the way I do it. I like it crunchy when I'm eating the food, so that's why I put whole almonds in. Now, we're going to do about 1/3 of a cup cranberries. These are dried cranberries, no sugar added to these ones. You know, guys, it's all about eating single ingredient foods, and you know, when you make your own foods, you can choose what you want to put in it, and that's the beauty of it. You know, you don't have to follow, you know, you don't have to buy something and eat what they're telling you to eat. You know, if you don't like certain ingredients, you change it up, put whatever you want in it, but you know what's going in it, and that's the best part about it. You know, you're not just buying something that you can't even pronounce some of the names. So I'm pretty sure you can pronounce all of the names of these foods, and that's the most important thing. So knowing what goes in your body is fundamental. It's key to burning fat and just feeling great, being healthy overall. Good, we're just mixing that all in there. You're putting the cranberries in, you know, if it's Christmas time, you know, it's kind of a festive treat, so you can make that for your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Now we're just putting a teaspoon of flax seeds in. And flax seeds are a very, very good source of fat. You always want to add that in. Like I said, fats are great in moderation, carbs are great, protein's great. But you know, you want to eat the good carbs, so you want to stay away from the bread, you want to eat the oats, those are good carbs. Banana, great carbs, those are more simple carbs, so you don't want to have that later at night, but they're an amazing source of carbs, high in potassium. Just great, guys. This is going to be packed with nutrients, and that's the beauty of it. You know, you're eating something that's just very high in nutrients. We're actually going to add some cinnamon in. I don't like to measure the cinnamon, I just like to put however much I want to put. I'm a big fan of cinnamon, like I said, so cinnamon is great for your blood sugar. It's going to regulate it, so you're not going to have blood sugar level that's going up and down. You know, it's going to be stabilized, and that's how you control the amount of fat that you burn. That's how you minimize the amount of fat that you store. And it's also, like I said, a natural thermogenic. So you're going to burn fat by adding things like this, Cajun spices. Use spices, guys. Spices, herbs, those are great. Stay away from the condiments like ketchup that have sugar added. You know, you can make anything taste great. You can make your chicken taste great with spices and herbs. So I like to add curry, Cajun, paprika, cinnamon to pretty much everything. Perfect. Next ingredient we're going to put in is our vanilla extract. So we're just going to squirt some in. It might overpower the food, so we don't want to put too much in where it's just killing the food, you know, and that's all you could taste. And especially considering the next ingredient we're going to put in is our whey protein, which is a vanilla flavor anyways. So it already has a bit of flavoring in it, but it is a natural flavoring. I don't buy any artificial flavoring. So some good natural sweeteners or flavorings are stevia. It's great. Okay, so what I noticed here, it's a bit dry. So what you can do in that case, you can put a bit less protein, so it's not going to be as dry. If you want to keep the same portion size, I'm actually going to add another half of a banana just to get it a bit softer, just to really smoothen out the flavor so it's not too dry. And we'll just add that in, right? So now what we're just going to do, we're just going to group everything together. Just nice and tight, keep everything together. And as you can see, it's a lot more softer now. It's not as chalky because we added that banana in, but like I said, you can add a bit less protein. We're just gonna put it in a container now. So just gonna put it all in a container and we're gonna pack it all together in the container. As you can see, it looks great. If you guys can smell it, it smells great. I'm not going to leave anything in the bowl there because it's going to be amazing. And the most important thing that you guys can see is that I never really used anything to cook it with, you know? Like I didn't need a blender, I didn't need to put it in a pan on the stove, you know? It was all just mixing it together, and that's great because you don't cook the nutrients out of it. Sometimes when you start cooking things and you cook foods and you fry it and you know you put it in the pan fry it, you cook the nutrients out of it, and that's bad because you know you lose if it's, you know, you have whatever amount of vitamin A, you might lose that when you cook it. So this way we're keeping everything in it. It's just a nutrient dense meal. So as you can see, everything's just packed together now. Just move that out of the way for you. Right, what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to put that in the fridge, let it get hard, nice and cold, hard, and we'll take it out and we'll cut it. Okay guys, so the protein bars should be ready. I've actually left them in the fridge for about an hour just to get nice and hard. So there was no cooking involved at all, it's just putting in the fridge, letting it cool down, letting it tighten, let it bond together. So let's check up on it. Okay, so we just want to make sure that it's nice and cold, nice and compact, nice and tight, that it's all bonded together. And by the looks of it, it is. So we're just going to cut into it. As you can see, guys, there's one bar, less than 200 calories, filled with protein, good carbs, good fat. I like to just sprinkle some cinnamon on top, just to flavor it up. Just make a nice presentation on the plate for you. And there you go. So there is no excuse, guys, for eating protein bars that you buy from a store that's in a wrapper, filled with sugar, filled with garbage that makes it sit on the shelf for so long, that allows it to sit on the shelf for so long. When you make things yourself, you know what's in it, you know how good it is, you know, you don't have to guess whether the manufacturer, the producer of the product made it good or not. So you know it's good, you made it, now you enjoy it.